Hi everybody, Tyler here with Sparkle with Tyler, and today I have another unboxing video for you. This is Cuddle Time by Randal Spangler. If it's familiar to you, that is because this is the artwork that Randal Spangler worked on for Season of Spangler in 2023, and DAC released it for Black Friday this year. So now we have this adorable piece of artwork that we finally get to work on in diamond painting form. I am going to go ahead and unbox all of this with you today. We'll go through the outside of the box, we'll go through what's in the box, and then we'll be on our way. I am just going to preface this by saying I'm looking in the monitor and seeing this adorable little blue elephant looking back at me. So I'm going to start by saying the top rendering of the box, it actually shows a rendering of the diamond painting on the top of your box now, and it's just adorable. Like, how can you not love this little guy, right? So you're going to have your rendering on the top of the box, and you have your original image right here. Underneath, you're going to have information about the canvas. It's Cuddle Time by Randal Spangler. It's a 22 by 30 inch canvas, which is about 76 by 56 centimeters. You know that this is going to be a round canvas because it's in a pink box and there's circles everywhere. So pink embossed circle here, and then we're going to continue to see that information as we go along on the canvas. You can also kind of tell if you have seen a square box. If you look at this rendering, you can tell it's not a square grid, it's round drills. So you'll see too that the rendering wraps around the box, and you'll see it says English Schurner Artist. It's on all DAC boxes. On the back, it has information about how to diamond paint, what's inside of the kit, which we will go over in detail, information about the warranty, and then like some legalese stuff. When you go around again, you'll see more about the rendering, including one of these cute little draglings, and like a soldier giving some side eye, which is kind of funny in my eyes. Pun intended. And then again, you will see that you have information about the render. So full coverage, meaning this is top to bottom drills. There's no spots that are like drill free. And it's got 62 colors, 2 AB drills, and 4 fairy dust. So you're looking at 6 special drills, which we'll go over later. We'll actually take a look at them. And we have 55,752 total drills. So it's like a medium-sized kit. And if it's important to you, we have SKU information right there. In addition to all of that information, we have socials information for DAC. And in the kit later, you'll see we get the VIP Facebook group information, which is a really active group. So that's like the outside of your box. And it's also really nice because on the bottom of your box, and I don't know if it's going to focus, but let me see if it wants to behave. There we go. On the bottom of your box, you'll actually see that it says the information about your canvas. So if you have all of your canvases stacked up in like a column, it has a picture of the image, it has the information and the size. So you can just go into your stash and pull it and go, that's the one I want to work on right now. So that's a really nice feature that DAC gave to us when they redid the boxes and redesigned them this last year or so. This is your inner box. What you'll see is your toolkit, your canvas, and then underneath, we are probably going to find a treasure card in a minute. Inside of the dust bag with the canvas, we're also going to have our drill Sammich, which is going to have everything in it that we need in regard to drills. But I'm going to go ahead and take this toolkit out real fast, and we're going to go through it so you can see everything that's inside. Toolkits have everything you need if you've never diamond painted before. So you can get fancy with diamond painting, right? Like the sky's the limit. But if you need to just like have a kit to diamond paint, this is what you need. It's got everything. It has an applicator, it has putty and multi-placers, it has like an old school single placer, it has wax, it has a tray and a stopper, and it has baggies. So like everything's here. And that's really nice. And also it comes in like a little bag, which is also convenient. The back has socials, again, social information for DAC. They put that on everything. And if you do use socials, like tag them as you finish your work. It's really fun to see what everyone's up to, just like internationally. And then let's see, I'm just gonna pull stuff out, like whatever comes out first, like that's what we'll chat about. Probably gonna be, yeah, it's the pen. So this is the new DAC pen, and on the back it has a multi-placer, the 4 multi-placer, and then like you have the pen itself, and then This is like a screw applicator for putty. You don't want to crank these. If you crank the pen, then the putty will just like ooze out of the end. So when you get this, make sure that you only twist it until you get a tiny bit of pressure. To open it, you just go like that. So that's how you open them. And actually, this is the first time I have seen one of these pens, and I am very excited. These have brass tips. So the new pens have gone through a few iterations, and now it's like these are kind of like the old school pens, like an old school diamond painting pen, like the ones with the pink plastic tubes, but like more high end, right? So let me see if I can twist this and see what we got. So yeah, you'll see I'm twisting just to get a little bit of pressure, but I only go a little bit at a time because a little bit can go a long way. There we go. You'll see just like a quarter twist and all of a sudden it's like coming out, right? So make sure that you don't twist too hard, maybe like an eighth of a turn at a time. Then if you do get too much, you just pop it off. So really, really cool. I'm excited to see that update. Huge upgrade in my opinion. But that is your pen. On this side, you can put other multi-placers. You could put another single placer. I don't see why you'd put another single placer, but if you wanted to put a steel thin tip placer that DAC has, you can do that. Lots of different options for you. I believe there's a 7 placer we're going to see in a minute that you can also stick in here. Our next item is going to be our tray. This is a stackable tray. Comes with the lid, it comes with the stopper. Comes with me throwing the stopper apparently, and it has the DAC logo on the end. So what's kind of nice about these two is it's a transport like option. So if you have like little bits and vittles that you want to take with you when you diamond paint, you can stick them all in here like it has it now. So you have your heart-shaped wax. This is like DAC standard old school wax. Make sure you take off the like plastic if you're going to use this. If you try and stab it with the plastic on, you're not going to get anything. This is that 7 placer I was telling you about. This is extra wax. So you kind of have refills of everything. And if you run out, the chances are is you probably already have it in another kit because DAC gives you so much extra stuff. I've never run out of anything in a kit. I have so many of these extra heart-shaped wax. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they're always going to restock you on drills too if you ever need it. That's part of that warranty information you saw on the front of or on the back of that original box. But this is the tray. And last but not least, you have 15 baggies. I use these baggies to travel because 15 is not enough. If you're going to kit up with baggies, just know that this has something like 62 colors. So it's only going to be about a quarter of what you need. So just prepare for that. You may have baggies from another kit up, but just keep that in mind. That's my one criticism of DAC in particular is you never get enough baggies for kitting up. But not a huge criticism, right? The envelope that you see here is your kitting up stickers and your large sticker. So on the front, you'll see thank you for your purchase, and then you'll see this really pretty like little butterfly clasp. You take that off and you'll start to get kind of one of those old school cootie catcher information envelopes. So on the top you have tips and tricks, socials information, kit contents, which we've already gone over, and you get a 20% off coupon code. DAC is going to give you coupon codes all the time. Never, ever pay retail. I even have like an affiliate link down in my description below if you'd like to use it, no pressure. But you also have the Facebook group information here. So lots of ways that you can touch base or connect with DAC and a lot of the DAC consumers. So highly recommend it. It's a really fun group of people and it's fun to share. And if you have questions or anything like that, I have found it to be really beneficial. I am not an affiliate of DAC. I'm not paid for this, but personally, my experience over the last year or so, it's been really fun. So yeah, this is your sticker with your kitting up stickers. It's like a little booklet, and we'll see all of the stuff in a second, but the front is a sticker. So like sticker, sticker, sticker. If you have a diamond painting journal, which I highly recommend if you don't have one to start one, this is a great way to title your painting. When you open it up, you are going to see that you have all your kitting up stickers. So you can just stick these on your trays or on your containers, Tic Tac jars, however you kit up. Really, really nice, makes it super duper fast. You also get these extra stickers. I like to use them if I'm embellishing a canvas or enhancing a canvas. So that way I don't have to like keep my baggies off to the side. I can say, okay, number 63, that's my enhancement, my third AB or whatever like that. Do what works for you, but I have found that works great for me. The final piece that we have in regard to the sticker sheet is going to be your start date, end date, your large sticker with the image, and also the information about the canvas. So you'll see on here that it tells you how many colors, it says that it's a round canvas, and it also gives you the dimensions in the SKU. So I don't know how you feel, but I don't always love my handwriting. It's really nice to just have that as a sticker and go boop, and then I can write up any information I want about my experience with my canvas in my diamond painting journal. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to lift up this canvas and see if there is a treasure card. Treasure cards are basically collects for DAC, and I do have one. It's stuck to the bag, unfortunately. So I'm going to not actually take this off right now. I'm going to do it off camera in a second. I'm going to do it off camera in a second, but it does look like this is a bronze card. Treasure cards or treasure quest cards, I'm getting tongue-tied, sorry, are basically like you collect X many of them and you can get different incentives, or you can turn them in for different levels of gift certificates, or rewards and points, and I think there's even a level which you can get custom diamond paintings. So they're really fun and they're also pretty. So I'm trying to show it here, but I'll be right back. I'm going to take this off as gently as possible so it doesn't get damaged, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and they're kind of hard sometimes to see in the camera, but they're these really pretty holographic cards. They have the name of the painting, the information about it, as well as the artist, and they're nice to have, right? So there's the incentive of the potential for gift certificates and stuff like that, but it's also just kind of fun to have these cards. I keep them on my desk. I think they're great little pieces of artwork to have when you don't necessarily have your diamond painting out, or if it's a work in progress. But also it's nice to kind of have that chase piece when you are looking to potentially get some bonus rewards, because this is on top of the fact that you get your rewards points from DAC. And I believe that they stack, but don't quote me on that. That would be like super nice. I haven't turned any in yet, but I believe the principal painter has done a video about turning in treasure quest cards. I'll link it if I can find it. Last but not least, we have our canvas. DAC canvases come in a pretty dust bag. And what you do is you just open them. Normally they don't have the sticky tab on them. The fact that my I cannot say it, sorry. The fact that my treasure quest card was stuck to it is kind of a weird anomaly. I've never seen that before. But what you do is you take it out of the dust bag, and we're going to take out what I call the drill sandwich. We will get to that last. And I'm going to go ahead and unroll this real fast so we can see what's going on. So this is what the canvas looks like, and I apologize, I'm not going to be able to get everything in the frame at once. We're going to kind of have to go quadrant by quadrant. But you'll see on the top left, we have the first legend, and you'll see here that there are red perforations, or red dots along the perforation lines of the cellophane. So I pulled this back before I started filming this section, because I wanted to make sure that there were no bleed through lines of the red markings, and there are not. There have been some issues, unfortunately, with the red lines bleeding through, and it happens, but make sure if you have ordered canvases recently from DAC, you don't sit on them and not check if there's bleed through. There was a manufacturing error, and it happens, and trust me, I'm sure no one is happy about it. But if you do have issues with a canvas that had bleed through, contact customer service, and they do have options for you in terms of compensation. So that's like out of the purview of this video, but you can contact customer service if you do have bleed through on canvas. That being said, we have the legend on the upper left. We are also going to see that in a minute on the bottom right. In the section down there, there's a legend on both sides that's kitty corner of all DAC paintings. On the top of all DAC paintings, it also says the logo and do what makes you sparkle. And then it just goes across. So this is the top here. And again, we have that awesome soldier that's kind of like giving side eye. I don't know why, that just tickles me so much. Obviously, all the stuffies and everything like that, like I absolutely adore, but there's something about a soldier giving a little bit of side eye that is just kind of hilarious. In addition, you'll see like we have the sweet like little monkey, and we have the draglings, and just that sweet little elephant, as well as the oh my gosh, the rabbit stuffy. So it's very, very sweet. Then we have the bottom here where we have, I think these are colored pencils and like toys and things like that. You have the legend again, and we have chocolate chip cookies, of course, as well as just some additional little toys and just standard Randal Spangler stuff where you have like books in the background and plants coming in from the background and just a lot of different detail, and it's just beautiful and fun and dynamic. What is standard for DAC as well as we get to the bottom of this canvas is you will see in the bottom right, or you'll see in the bottom left, that there is an image of the canvas, and it says pasting area above that. It has the name of the painting, as well as the SKU, the size, and the artist's name. So anytime you get a DAC canvas, you can expect this to be here. It should be here. In addition, on the middle of all DAC canvases, you will see the information for their socials. You will see information about how to get a coupon code. Again, never pay retail for a DAC canvas. They want to give you discounts, I promise. The bottom right will show you the lifetime warranty information, and should you need to contact customer service, the email is right here as well. So that's the basis of our canvas. What I want to do now is I want to go see where all the special drills are. And what we're looking for is, we're looking for the plus sign, the bow tie, the letter F, a diamond, a equal sign, and the letter A. So I'm going to put these off to the side, and I'm going to start hunting, and I'll point them out, okay? Right off the bat, I can tell that we have ABs here and fairy dust. So they're on the books, literally on the books, not on the books as in on the record. Then, in addition, we have fairy dust all throughout this monkey, in his face as highlights, and also just kind of interspersed. The chocolate chip cookie and the feet of the monkey, as well as down here on the blankets, all of those are interspersed with fairy dust drills, that letter F. And also kind of intermingled in here as well, you will also see kind of those equal signs come in right on these lines. Usually they're these highlighted lines on the books, and somewhere, sometimes along in here. It seems like the equal sign, that fairy dust equal sign, is mostly in areas of straight highlights. The next thing I'm looking at is bow tie, which is areas like this. The ball, I'm sure that there's other spots that I haven't seen just yet, but it's like highlights for small pieces. So I'm going to guess that's probably in other places that I haven't quite seen yet, but I'm looking for like gems. Randal Spangler always puts gems in his work. So I'm not seeing anything else other than that spot yet. That does not mean it's not there. I am seeing it here now. that I'm looking really closely, like in the nostrils of each dragling. It's there, but that's about it I'm seeing for what I'm seeing on bow tie. Again, like the plus signs are in these areas of highlight and right here, and they're also in these pencils down here. So lots of like pops for the ABs. The pink is all in here. So all these diamonds are fairy dust. And the letter A is really easy because there's not that much purple. Let me try and get the glare off this poor bunny rabbit. The letter A is all through here. So this bunny has a lot of fairy dust in the face and in the feet and all of that fun stuff. So lots of fun prettiness. One thing I did just realize, and I want to look into this, but canvas clarity. Normally I would not mention this because it's not something that would be anything I'd need to even mention, but take a look at this. We have number 18, which is like a sideways divisor, and we have this plus sign, right? So if you don't really stick your eyes up to it, that looks like a plus sign. And I have pretty good eyes for this kind of stuff. I had to go do a double take and really look at what was going on because I thought there was some kind of typographical error on this graph or on this chart. So just know that that section right there is a sideways divisor sign. It is not a second plus sign. If I had to give feedback to Diamond Art Club, I would say to like actually change that specific symbol because they have this sideways divisor, they have a purple percentage sign right here, and then even though it's a totally different color, they have that plus sign. So like that's kind of a lot. And again, I'm someone who's good at reading these graphs, but that's not the clearest charting I've seen. Everything else looks really great. It's really clear. It pops really easy, but it's not. I'm a little surprised. Also, I just looked at another spot and it looks like they have a whole nother one that's like almost a double that right there. So if I could just put my 2 cents in, there are so many options for symbols. I'm not sure why DAC feels like we need so many pokey lines that are pointing into cardinal directions. If they ever go back in and reprint this canvas, I highly encourage them to change the symbols. There's just, it's a lot. When you only have 62 colors, there are so many options. We have all the letters uppercase and we have all the letters lowercase. Yeah. So anyway, that's the only criticism I actually have about this canvas. I'm going to go ahead and quickly unpack all the drills, get the drill away for us, and I'll be right back. Drill sandwich time. I wanted that to be cooler than it was, but I'm going to stick with it. I'll probably leave it in just because you can laugh with me at myself. This is our colorway, and this is not the best view of it. I'm hoping when I flip it, we'll get a better view of the colorway. But lots of browns. Obviously, we're going to have tons of blues for the elephant. I am honestly a little surprised with how much tan there is. It's really, really pretty, and I really like it. But I am a little surprised at the amount of like tans and light colors that are in here. If I were to like put these side by side, it feels like there should be more like kid colors, right? Or it's a dragling painting, so I would expect like a lot more dragling green, but it's not. It's this really cool kind of like taupey earth color with a whole bunch of blue, like spotted in, and the occasional purple. So I think this is going to be kind of an interesting one to work through. And again, like looking through here, it's got some more earth tones in it. So really interesting. I'll be right back with the special drills. We can take a look at those and then we can wrap up and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so the other thing I forgot to mention is that this has a whole bunch of 6,000 colors in it. If you're unfamiliar with what 6,000 colors are, these are the colors that DAC mixes in-house. They're not already in the colorway for the DMC like standard mix. That's like the standard floss code from DMC. So Diamond Art Club makes these colorways in-house to match whatever they need. I haven't seen one so far that has this many like specialty color mixes in it, so it's kind of cool. But there's 5 of them if I'm counting correctly. What I do in my unboxings is I pull these so we can take a look at them, and I find it interesting for us to take a look at. And then I go through all the like AB drills and all the fairy dust drills, and then we are on our way with final thoughts. So these are going to be our 6,000 colors. I don't necessarily do them in like top to bottom colorway order, but we have this brown, and it's trying to, there we go. So this brown is like in real life, I will try and color correct it obviously, but in real life it's a little more like chocolatey. It's like a milk chocolate. So you get 2 bags of that, and then you have like a super light chocolate. This is like more like a hot chocolate color. You have a 6010, which I have seen this before. I believe in flower buns I used this color. Then you have a 6031, which is kind of like in between these other 2 colors. So, which makes sense because that's 603303132, right? So that is 4 of them. Then we have 6011, which this is not as fluorescent in real life as it comes up on camera. No matter what I do to color correct it, it is not fluorescent. It's like a really pretty, like bright lilac. And then since that's our 5, we move on to AB drills, or Aurora Borealis drills. We have AB 3078, which is that yellow color, which is the plus signs that we were looking at, which is like the gold markers on the books and on the areas that were like the gold band of the hat for the soldier. And we have AB 3348, which is like the dragling's nostrils and that little marble at the bottom of the left of the painting. So there's not a ton of AB pop, but you do get them. So those are the areas, and those are the 2 colors of AB. And then we get about, I think we get 4 pixie dust. So the interesting pixie dust that I think we have is we have a 6,000 color that is also a pixie dust. So they're not mutually exclusive, but this is the first one that I've seen in a kit, so kind of cool. This is Z6011, and it's like a medium, like violet purple. Obviously it's a fairy dust drill, and you get like a good chunk of it. So that is that one. That's the letter A. So this is like in the bunny, and I imagine that it goes with like the other 2 or 3 purples that get mixed in. So it's probably just interspersed with like 554, which is like another deep purple that you see several times in the canvas. Then you have your Z3716, which is that pink that you see in like the rabbit's feeties and stuff. It's kind of like a soft pink. It's not a baby pink. It's not a dusty pink. It's not a rose, but it's really kind of, it's pretty and it's soft. But it's not too baby, if that makes sense. It's really pretty. It's kind of like if pastel pink had a baby with coral. And then you have 3855. This is that equal sign that we saw in many areas. So not a ton of this, but it is that highlight spot that we were looking at. And then we have that letter F, which is all those areas that are highlights for like the draglings and several other areas that we saw in terms of just like light areas that are coming in for highlights along the painting. So those are all of your different special drills. I'm going to go ahead and lay them out for us to look at kind of as a full spread, and we can just kind of wrap up. So all in all, great canvas. I love that it has like the Spangler, Season of Spangler 2023 history with it, and it's like meaningful, I know, to me and probably many other people for that reason alone. I love just like all the little bits and bobs and kind of childhood throwbacks. I love the plushies and the stuffies and the blinkies, and it's very comforting. My only criticism is that piece about charting, but I do think it's a substantial and fair criticism when you have that many symbols that are that similar when they don't need to be. That's a very easy fix for them to do going down the road. I imagine that's just a quick change or quickest change in the computer that could be a really big quality of life difference for people. I think that this would be a relatively fast kit to work up for people. Again, it's only about 56,000 drills, and it does look like there is substantial sections of color blocking. It does have some nice bits of confetti as well, and it does have those big blocks of interest. So you could say, okay, I'm going to work on the elephant now, I'm going to work on the rabbit now, I'm going to do that area of the soldier. So it's kind of fun because you don't necessarily just have to block it out in terms of color. You could block it out in terms of subject. And I do think it would be a good project for something like Ticket to Ride or something like Season of Spangler, obviously, or there's lots of other events. I think all in all, obviously, I always say that, like, I always have to preface with the fact that I have bias because I am a Spangler girl, but I am really happy to have seen this. I'm overall really happy with the way it was rendered, and I do think this would be really fun for everyone. And overall, I think it's just a decent buy. Knowing that you might have some charting issues, or you just need to be really conscientious about what you're putting down on your canvas with those close symbols, like, that's livable. So as always, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. If you found this video helpful, please comment and like and subscribe. It really does help my channel. It lets YouTube know that this is worth your time and it's worth showing other people. I hope you had fun with me today. Thank you for making it this far. I typically do whip and chats once a week. I typically do unboxings once a week. So I will see you soon, and I hope you're taking care of yourself. Bye.